The truth that saved us. The words hit me like a blow straight to the chest. Once a month, Sarah said flatly, her tone so calm it sounded like she was setting a dentist appointment. We were in our bedroom, the kids already asleep. I had finally gathered enough courage to ask why our closeness had disappeared completely. 10 years of marriage, 3 children, and a home we'd poured our entire savings into. Yet somehow, we'd become strangers lying in the same bed. I just stared at her, waiting for something, anything that could make sense of it. But Sarah only shrugged and turned her back to me. My heart sank, the sting of rejection and frustration twisting together inside me. I couldn't keep living like this, feeling unwanted in my own home. For weeks, her words haunted me. Each time I replayed them, they became another brick in the emotional wall rising between us. I tried everything. Talking, counseling, date nights, small gestures to reconnect. She nodded, promised to try, but nothing ever changed. I began to feel less like her husband and more like a roommate she tolerated. Then one evening, after another dinner eaten in silence, I snapped. "I can't do this anymore," I said, my voice trembling. "I want a divorce." Sarah's eyes widened, but she didn't argue. She only whispered, "Okay," and quietly left the room. I expected to feel free. Instead, guilt clawed at me. Had I just given up too easily? The next morning, I moved into the guest room, the word divorce echoing in my head. We agreed to stay civil for the kids, but every corner of the house felt like a minefield. While packing my things, I started sorting through old photos and keepsakes, until I found a small locked box tucked beneath Sarah's side of the bed. Curiosity won. I pried it open, expecting letters or mementos. But what I found made my stomach drop. Inside were medical reports, prescription bottles, and a journal. My hands shook as I flipped open the first page. Diagnosed today. Don't know how to tell him. Sarah had been hiding something serious. The documents detailed a chronic illness, endometriosis, severe, with complications. Pages of doctor notes described pain, fatigue, and hormonal treatments that killed her drive completely. Then I read her journal. That was even harder. She wrote about feeling like she was failing me, about the shame of not being able to be the wife I deserved. She'd pushed me away, not out of coldness, but because she was trapped in a battle against her own body. Every entry was a cry for strength, and a fear that if I found out, I'd leave her. My anger dissolved into heartbreak. I'd been ready to walk away, blind to the truth she'd been suffering in silence. When the kids went off to school the next day, I confronted her. I held up the journal. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. Sarah's face crumpled, tears streaming down. "I didn't want you to see me as broken," she said. She'd been diagnosed over a year ago and kept it hidden, trying to protect me, the kids, and the life we built. That once-a-month rule hadn't been rejection. It was the best she could manage through constant pain. I felt like a fool, consumed by my own hurt while she silently endured hers. We sat for hours, talking like we hadn't in years. She explained the surgeries, the medications, the exhaustion. I told her how unloved I'd felt. There was anger, guilt, tears, but it was the most honest we'd ever been. That night, I tore up the divorce papers. "We're in this together," I told her. And for the first time in months, Sarah smiled, a real one. We started therapy, not only for our marriage, but for her health. I began joining her doctor visits, learning how to help. Our intimacy shifted. It wasn't just physical anymore. It was in late-night talks, quiet laughter, holding hands through the pain. The kids noticed, too, their laughter louder, their smiles brighter, as the tension faded from the house. We weren't perfect, but we were us again. Sarah's secret changed everything. I thought divorce was the solution, but it would have been the greatest mistake of my life. Instead, I learned to listen, to see her pain, not just my own. And she learned to trust me with her fears. Our marriage isn't what it once was, it's stronger now. Built on truth instead of assumption. We're still learning to live with her illness, but we face it side by side. No more secrets left to hurt us. Some days are still hard. Her pain flares up, and I see the frustration in her eyes. But I don't feel like a roommate anymore. I'm her partner, her ally. I cook when she's too tired, and she leaves me silly notes that make me laugh. We're rediscovering each other, one honest moment at a time. That night I asked for a divorce feels like a lifetime ago. A near miss that almost tore us apart. Last week, Sarah slipped her hand into mine and said softly, "I'm glad you found the box." I squeezed her hand, grateful, not for what she hid, but for what the truth gave us back. Her secret didn't destroy us. It saved us. We're not just surviving anymore, we're rebuilding. And I wouldn't trade that for anything.